whatever you want.
Is it going?
It is.
Hi. Welcome to the Ascertainers. It's episode 21. It's kind of like a new decade or century.
22.
Forgot about that. No. Oh, so we know that we're the bonus episode is going to be 21. I thought that was
correct.
Because I have to miss next weekend. Okay. So, welcome to episode
22.
22. I hope you like 21. I guarantee. If you didn't listen to it, you should go back to it because we just talked about off air how much editing Mark had to do to make that one even listenable. But
make us sound smarter.
Well, yeah, okay. So turn it up when you listen to it. So here we are, episode 22. We are the Ascertainers. The Ascertainers are Mark, who is the Podfather. He was called the Podfather this week.
I was not. You were called the Podfather.
I'm just trying to help you, man. Everyone thinks this is my podcast. It's your podcast. I'm just that much cooler than you. And
hello, I'm Mark. I'm the guest on Jim's podcast.
Yes.
So.
Hey, Mark. Sorry you got to go so early. But anyway, could you hang out for like 5 more minutes?
I can.
I totally like. Is he serious? Yes, this is Mark's podcast. I am just his faithful, whatever, color guy, commentary guy. But yeah, we've been doing this for about 4 months, I guess, a little over that. So we've seen a couple of seasons happen in that time. I guess we started late winter. Spring is already come and gone, and now summer's almost come and gone. We started in the very, 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 very late winter.
Yeah,
actually, the first episode was recorded in March, but I think it was released in
April.
April, yeah. So I mean, just to be historically accurate,
which you are.
It's my hottest characteristic.
If anything you take away from this podcast is how accurate we are.
Yes. Oh, we'll get to inaccuracies for the last 40 minutes of our 45-minute podcast. But anyway, what did we do earlier today, Mark?
We played golf.
Oh.
How'd it go?
I think I played pretty well. Huh.
Wow.
As a matter of fact,
You did play well for you.
I think I won.
If you think that, you're having a stroke.
I'm pretty sure people will believe what they hear, and I think I won. I'm not sure that I won, but I'm fairly confident that
I put the scorecard up on your dashboard in the car so you drive around and everyone sees it.
I got beat by Mark in golf. Fair and square.
He even gave me a gimme at the beginning of the first hole.
That was absolutely the hex.
And I said, no, I don't want it.
I said, that's good. It was like a 3.5 foot putt. It was not close.
No, it wasn't.
And I said, that's good. And then he putted and missed. And I honored that's good. I said, yeah, that's good. And so I gave him I kind of don't want to say. I gave him his 14. No, I gave him a 6 on a
double bogey.
Par 4. And I had also legitimately gotten a 6. And anyway, but I was fine with it. So I wrote down 6 and 6 because if I gave it to you, I would say when someone gives you a putt, just pick it up, man.
No, but I already putted before you gave it to me.
Bullshit. I had given it to you before.
Oh, well, I didn't hear that.
Okay, well, anyway. I think that karma just came and knocking.
Can I mention that I got a triple bogey on the first hole and beat you? Sorry.
I think you just did. Well, Mark, I'll tell you what. Talk it up. Laugh it up. I feed off this. So we played,
I think the season's over,
we have played
too.
5 times this year, and how many times have you been victorious out of 5 times?
Well, we only played for...
we played 5 times, and I won 3 of them. And
yeah, but we weren't... I was just goofing around those first 3.
What it was? Yeah, same. Okay. All right. So anyway, we went to Newt's tonight, and I'll tell you this right now. It takes a lot to really go wow, but we went to the bar. Mark sat down. I went to get some popcorn because I got beaten golf, and that's what the guy that gets beaten golf apparently has to do. I come back. I put the popcorn on the bar, and Sarah turns around with 2 beers that were our order without even saying a word.
Yes,
that was like next level shit right there.
Yeah.
So good on you, Sarah. Yeah, that was I have a note here, special list. We call it the Sara Spinaround. So I hope that's not dirty in any way because she's a swell gal, and we don't think Anyway, we talked to Corey a bit.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, he was very nice. He came out and talked for a long time.
Corey's a great guy. We talked a little golf. We talked about some club management. We talked about the ability to play golf and not. And I put my foot right in my mouth, and I feel really shitty about making a comment that I can't take it back, but I can just explain why I felt bad. Because you are retired. Yes.
I am.
From, do you want to talk about that?
Maybe next week.
Yeah, well, let's, I don't want to detract from this.
Let's put a pin in that, circle back around.
I want to detract from my hat in hand. I feel like shit for something I said. But, so Mark has a schedule where he can do anything, anytime.
Right, I'm retired.
We were talking to Corey, who's the GM of Newt's, and I know that he has a schedule that he's able to, like, have a couple of weekdays off, because he's weekends heavy. So I think he probably takes his, if he works 5 days, he probably takes his 2, during the week. And I, like a fucking idiot, said, well, what I meant to say was that I have like a 9 to 5 schedule, so I can't golf during the week. But what came out was, there's a lot of good joke punchlines that go to this, but I'll just finish off my, I don't know what you call it, but I said, well, I have a real job, so I can't golf during the week. And I didn't mean it like that, because general manager of a restaurant's a pretty goddamn real job. But it just sucked the air out of the room, in my opinion. And I even asked him, I go, does that have a little, and he's like, yeah, I can see it. So I feel horrible for that statement. Whatever. I think I probably said enough, and we could move on. But I feel terrible for calling mine a job that is above anybody else's. What I meant was I can't golf on Tuesday morning, like maybe somebody with that type of schedule could have, and that's it. So fuck.
Great. I'm not your therapist.
This is going to be a real upbeat little toe tapper from here. But I honestly, I had to say it because I feel so goddamn bad about it. But I guess, probably people listening to the Ascertainers maybe have said and done things that they were like, ooh, that wasn't quite what I, meant. So maybe people can relate to this, but that's not why I did it. I did it because I'm an idiot. And yeah, hopefully we're still on good terms. But
I think we recovered the rest of the evening. If things lightened up, and we had a good talk after that.
We did, indeed. So what I have I got a little list here of things. Typically, we do either arrows and emissions, or we do the radio.
Do a little shout out to the other server that you said you were going to, unless you were going to do that later.
Oh yeah. So the one that was there at the beginning, Mackaylie, was. She goes, I listened to the podcast, and she kind of I couldn't really hear what she had to say about it, but she was the server that was there when you and I and Audie T came up with this idea.
I remember.
And Audie T bailed. He was like, nope, don't want to do it, but we still want to have him as a guest. But she was so kind of cute how she's like, I listened. She's very much younger than us. But anyway, it was, and I said, well, we'll give her a shout out tonight. So Mackaylie, thanks for not cutting us off that night, because look at the creativity that you were able to, allow to happen. And she's a swell gal and a great server. She's been there, she's a very consistent. I hope she makes good tips, because they work their behinds off. And
they do.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, shout out Mackaylie, shout out Corey, shout out Sarah, shout out Kayla, who was there and then was gone, like boop, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think she was closing out as soon as we showed up.
Is that what was going on there? Okay. And then Nikki. We never talk about Nikki, but Nikki is little spitfire, little firecracker that is sometimes behind the bar. And if you know her, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we love Newt's. I really feel at home in Newt's, and I see so many faces every time I'm in there. So I think it's a good family and neighborhood restaurant, bar. If you want to just go rip a couple $100 worth of pull tabs, You can do that there. You can do whatever. You can't dance. I don't think you can dance at Newt's, but maybe no one's ever tried.
Right.
If I would not say Newt's is a dance bar, but you can do damn near everything else there. And the special is just getting better and better. I think they might even add pickles because every time I order it, I heard 2 people checked. Oh, were the pickles on it?
You're right. I did hear
I
that.
forgot. We don't really say my last name, but maybe
I'll get rid of it.
check out the time on that one there. Mr. Jim. And I said, yes, these pickles are sufficient. Thank you. May I have another napkin? This is a messy burger. So, all right. So that my only errors and omissions from last week is.
Could be.
I kind of steamrolled you when you were speaking of the Newt special. We were talking about pickles on my slider, and you thought that was pretty funny last time, and I just steamrolled you. And thank God I did, because I don't know where that could have wound up. But
No, I just thought it was funny. I thought it played out well, but it was just something that struck me funny about how you were.
I think we left a little meat on the bone on that one, because there could have been some other cracks that were made, but I think that ship has sailed.
I'm not childish like that. I'm too mature.
Okie dokie.
Oh, before we go on, I'd like to give a shout out to Brian.
Oh, yeah, we golfed today. We met up with this guy who was a single. He was a really good golfer.
Way too good.
And I shanked a drive. He was on a tee box on the hole we had just got done playing. And I shanked a drive, and it got, he probably saw it.
Within a foot of the tee box, it ended up.
But he was on the tee box, so he was safe. Anyway, I'm like, hey, sorry about that. And he's like, dude, I am golfing. I am in a good mood, and I don't care. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I hit him with my club, and he started caring then. No, I did not either. But it was evident to us that he was quite proficient at the game, and he was kind of gaining on us. So at one point, when you could let a guy play through, we just said, hey, you want to play through or play with us? And he said, I'll play with you.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We played together for, I think, 3 holes.
3.5 holes or 4 holes.
3.5. Yeah. And this guy he's probably a single-digit handicap. I mean,
Yes.
He knew what the F was going on, but he tolerated us. And he was, yeah, it had to be hard. I bet he's like literally just under a blanket right now, shivering, going, make it stop.
Well, he wasn't bored.
Well, I don't know. We told him about that. I don't know why I told him about the ascertainers, because he then looked it up on his phone right away. I think he's going to listen. So if he does listen, hey, Brian K. He told us his last name, which we can't, divulge.
Right.
But Brian K., thanks for putting up us on the golf course, and I hope the hot dish at his parents' house or something.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Well, how about that? He shared too much. We'll take what you tell us, and we will expose. So anyway, nice guy. The world is filled with nice people. And I think that is, on our first ever or early podcasts, we talked about kind of the intro to the ascertainers. And we talked about how it's important to be able to disagree agreeably, where you can still remain on good terms, but you don't have to agree on every single thing. I think to whatever kind of parlay on that, or to, I don't know, there's probably an adjective for that, but it's not coming to me. But to extend that same thought, most people that you run into are good people. And I think if you look at the news, I think that I think they're trying to make you look for the bad in people. Just look at the good in people, you'll find the good in people. I don't know what this guy's like outside of the golf course or outside of our interaction. You know what? I don't give a shit, because
he was a good guy.
We took advantage of the time we had together, and this guy could be a goddamn, fucking voodoo guy or something. I don't care. He was a nice guy on the golf course. So we shared some congeniality, and that's, I think, or collegiality. It's something like that. We didn't congeal.
Shoot, I can edit that out.
You're already editing. You might as well just go right past that and say that.
Jim is no longer on the podcast, and we're going to go on.
Oh my gosh, that is you don't know how many more people than me are relieved to hear that.
I do have errors. It's not even an errors or omission, but it's something that happened on the last podcast that we posted. I was talking about how I have a tough time recalling music nowadays that I'm getting older.
Yes.
And you said, hey, I would be so good at name that tune and everything else. And then when we got to the radio game, and you are very good.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Because I couldn't.
Yes.
I didn't know Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
People that don't know you.
I'll tell you right now, Kenny Wayne Shepherd's not going to be a fucking name that tune. So anyway.
But people who don't know you don't know that you are musically inclined. You know this stuff, and you're quick, and you know it. But the people who don't know you, and then you couldn't come up, you are like touting yourself.
Shazam. The radio game.
I thought that was very funny.
Okay, you got me. You got any other errors of omissions? Because that one was great.
No, I'm not slamming you because I know who you are, and I know you're very good at music and picking that stuff up. But the listeners.
Well, thanks for pointing that out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry.
By the way, Mark's shirt is like Seafoam tonight.
Turquoise.
He asked.
You don't think so?
A little lighter than turquoise. That's like the 65th or 67th crayon. That one didn't make the bunch right there.
Does it change colors when I move? Not like the blue.
Yeah, stop moving like that for starters. It is a nice looking shirt, Mark. If it came in your size, it would be even better. So anyway, by the way, fun fact. Guess how many T-shirts we sent out this week?
None.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that I'm going to send myself an email to the ascertainers@gmail.com because literally we had one after episode 3. Audie J sent one and
Audie A. We have to send someone.
Oh, Audie A did too, yeah.
Yeah. So
also, future second time guest Jason, he was on the podcast, so he went by name there. But yeah, no one will email us. Nobody wants a shirt.
But we need to send one to Audie A because he was the first one.
Hey, that was before the promo. He has to send us another effing thing and keep us current.
Audie A.
Audie A, you know who you are. Audie A S.
I'm fighting for you.
You went to school with Audie C T and Audie A D, who now just goes by D. Get on the stick, man. Get us your shirt size. Get us your address. We'll get you a doggone T-shirt.
Audie A, I was fighting for you. I got to see you more. I get to see you more than Jim does. So
this is starting to sound like a hostage video. Good Lord. Let's get this Audie A guy on, or get him back on the email at least, to see if we can use his real name or something like that.
He's one of our biggest fans, so he'll hear this.
So we are now at. I haven't even looked at it because after we hit 500, I got kind of bored, but. So I think we are at 660 plus.
67 last time I looked.
667?
Yeah.
Oh, we passed Diablo. 666. So that's good. Well, I'll sleep better tonight on that. But yeah, so people listen. I think that we're going to have a social media presence here in a little bit. We got a great shout out. Oh my goodness. We talked about this last episode. So we have talked about the Think Drink Disney guys. I thought, we gave them a little bit of hey, go check them out. And we talked a little bit about what they do and how they're better than us and all that kind of stuff.
Which they are.
They did. But that all took about 30 minutes among 5 different episodes. They gave us the most efficient, compact, and sincere compliment. They did it in 30 seconds, 45 maybe. But it was great, and we don't deserve it, and we appreciate it. But their last episode is called Holes. There's a movie called Holes. It's a Disney movie. It's not that one. It's
well, we covered it because I kept saying Sheila LaBeouf.
Sheila LaBeouf. Yeah, she's awesome. But what's funny is that we just made light of Holes, and then so it's at the very end of their podcast. So if you want to listen to Think Drink Disney Holes. You should listen to the whole episode, but if you just want to hear the part about the ascertainers, it's the last literally minute and a half. They've been talking about this movie Holes, and he says, shout out to the ascertainers. He goes, traditional spelling, because they just, anyway, ascertainers.
Well,
so
they're a professional, they come across as a professional podcast.
Well, that's because they are, yes.
Yeah. And even their
with a lot of prep, a lot of knowledge, a lot of technology. They're better than us. They probably wear shirts that match. They probably don't wear turquoise. Aqua, whatever. What did I say? Seafoam shirts.
I don't even know what Seafoam looks like.
I'm wearing black. Oh, oh sure you don't, Mark. You got a little Seafoam on your forehead there, bud. Sorry about that. That never happens.
No, but even their you're terrible.
Of course, you don't know what Seafoam looks like. It's like all around your eyes, but it's not. You can't really see it. Seafoam, SEA foam. That's staying in, man. If you edit that out, I'll break your arm.
I was so sorry.
Think Rick Disney that.
I was going to give him a compliment.
We're associating that with you, but hey, you know what you signed up for. Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say they're so professional that their shout out was professional, but then you go on about.
That's good. We finally got Mark to do a laugh where he is starting to cramp. Mark, go get a banana. You're cramping.
Lance. Sorry, still come on our show.
Lance is our guy. Lance is totally coming on our show. We just got to figure out a time where we can do it in an afternoon or whatever that accommodates his schedule.
You know what's sad is that we've put out.
Where do I start?
We've put out offers to 7 people.
I know,
and they all said, "Oh yeah, I want to be on it." And, do you want to be on it this week? No.
Well, JT, we know, is taking young Audie J, his incoming freshman, up to UND up in Grand Forks. And I have to say, Jack is my godson, which is humbling and cool and all that stuff. But I don't think I've really been I don't know what a model godfather does. But anyway, I gave him a nice little graduation gift of coin. And then I'm like, I gotta get you something else. And then, so there might be something that is editable out of the whole conversation.
We're not going to go to the Mustang Ranch or anything.
The guy's like an incoming freshman. I don't know that he's a terribly outgoing kid or whatever. But I thought, you know what? What if I got him I got him 3 Far Side books. You know the Far Side?
Yeah.
They're like comic books almost. They're like little... what do you call it? Is it soft cover? Is that what it's hardcover? And then there's got to be a word for that. It's not soft cover though, is it?
I believe so.
Paperback. That's what it is. Soft cover. They're paperbacks anyway. But I thought of something. It's like, we've had our Sears catalog and National Geographic talk, and I thought, you know what? Even for a person of that age, of that gender, if they can find something in a Far Side book that gets them going, that inspires them to, Seafoam, if you will, then that is boy, that even got by me, and I think I'm pretty creative, but I hope that he uses them only for the comic intent and not for anything else. You're not a big Far Side fan, are you?
I am. I remember the calendar one.
Yes. Yes, okay. Well, bail me out of this, please.
Let's just keep going.
Well, you got to finish your aerosol missions, otherwise we're going to the radio game.
That was it. We were doing something else, but you branched off.
Well, what do you think? You want to pop into the radio game or no?
Sure, unless you had something else. We were talking about something else.
I have so much stuff to do or to talk about, but formatically, it's a word.
Yes, it is.
Formatically, I think that we should go radio game, and then we can pop up some other topics. And some might even be music related. Some might not.
All right. It's perfectly fine.
You know what? If you listen to this podcast and you want us to talk about anything, all you got to do is send us an email at theascertainers@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. If it's Mark's webbed feet, if it's Mark's... does he use product in his hair or not? Nobody knows. I kind of think he does, but...
Those are natural highlights.
I have an addition. It's not an omission. So I usually go to the same person that cuts my hair. And I have bad hair, but I have a lot of it. and it grows really fast. So my 20 years I've been going to the same person. Audie K. I kept trying to think of her last name. I don't even know. I don't think she's like Sting. She only has one name. And anyway, she does such a good job that she goes on a lot of vacations. And God bless her and good for her. But I found myself coming up on, I think, the big birthday party, and I needed a haircut. It was like, this isn't good. And so I said, you know what? I remember if you call Coles Salon, Coles, locations all over the Minneapolis-St. Paul Metroplex. And I remember if you call and you say, hey, I just want to get an appointment, but I don't have a stylist in mind, you get like this super low rate for them. And they usually give you a new barber or a new stylist, so that's fine because, I mean, you can do whatever you want with my hair. In 3 weeks, it's going to get cut again.
Where
right?
the hell is this going?
We were talking about something, and people that were paying attention know this. I got this person named Macy, and she gave me a pretty darn good haircut. You're looking at it right now. What do you think? I mean, we were in the wind a lot today, but anyway, Macy works at the Apple Valley Coles Salon, and I think that the way it works is the more tenured or the more years in service they have, the more expensive they are. She's pretty new, so if you were looking for an affordable men's haircut, look up Apple Valley Coles, Coles, not Kohl's, the place where the T-shirts are coming from. Ask for Macy and tell her the ascertainer sent you. That's all.
Should I write this down on errors and omissions for
next time?
Or should I wait
Why?
to talk about that?
Because you don't like my haircut or what?
Just that whole story was, wow.
We were getting ready to go into the radio game, and I thought, I have one more thing. So I guess we didn't have new business on the agenda, but that was some new business. And I couldn't wait. Because I should have said it on the last episode.
Did you feel better afterwards?
I'm starting to feel a little better, but I still feel like shit for the other things. So
well, for us who have regular jobs.
I will try to get through that.
Real
you don't even
jobs.
have a job. You're whatever you call yourself.
It's a
retired.
job.
Oh, next episode, Mark's going to tell us what he used to do.
Maybe.
I'll just tell you right now. It's in the service industry. It involved cleaning up after and stuff.
I was a...
Oh, he's just dying.
No, I won't say
He
that.
totally wants to say. I'm just egging him on right now. So, okay, radio game. What do you got? You get to start. We're just really throwing all the goddamn rules out the window. We kind of thought if you do two, because we can't just say it like these two.
Yeah, we'll do two legacy. Like I like that idea.
Well, but my two non-legacy are also kind of legacy because I couldn't think of anything.
Well, I brought that up last time, but that's fine.
We could vote on it. You could vote me off. You could say nope, that doesn't count. And
You said the band was more of a one hit, and I think they're more of a legacy.
Well, then they could play either way. You could put them on as either.
I put them on as. But anyways, the first one I'm going to say is Tom Petty.
We'll save that. I have that on the list. Don't worry.
But
to talk about
the reason I picked Tom Petty because I listen to the radio in my car. I don't have XM Sirius in one of the cars. It was on 3 stations at the same time. Tom Petty
is very prolific. Tom Petty is an American treasure, and while at Newt's tonight, American Girl came on, and I said this is one of the best American rock songs ever crafted. And what does Mark say?
I don't care for it.
I don't like it.
I said I don't care for it.
Yeah. You really got to know what Mark doesn't care for. We talked about Billy Idol. How we got a Billy Idol, I have no idea. But it's like, oh, so you don't like the good songs. But, okay.
Wow.
What do you think of White Wedding? Everyone loves White Wedding.
I don't care for White
what about Rebel Yell? Everyone loves Rebel Yell. What do you think of Rebel Yell, Mark?
Right up there with Moni Moni.
Oh, you called it Money, by the way, in the fucking bar. So.
Eddie Money.
Yeah, so, okay. Well, Eddie Money. He's coming up on the game. But, all right, so what do you got? You got Tom Petty.
And then you do your...
Guns N' Roses.
Okay. And that's your legacy one.
Yeah, wow. You okay with it?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Okay.
I was just letting the listeners know.
All right.
Eagles.
Okay. I'm going to go with Santana.
Okay.
And I heard a Santana song that I thought She's Not There is by Santana. I could have swore that was a zombie song my whole effing life.
Well, we had the whole Brewer and Shipley thing that you thought that was the Dead.
Yeah, well,
So
you can stop with the Brewer and Shipley. We're talking about Santana and the Zombies, okay? Not fucking some guy and some other guy. Anyway, Brewer and Shipley is a bar bet that is just, you're going to get paid and then you're going to get knifed because of what a shit move that was to say, oh, do you know who, what was the song again? It's like...
one took over the line.
Yeah, One Took Over the Line, I think everybody thinks is a Dead song.
I don't, because I'm a Dead fan.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm a huge Brewer and Shipley fan. I've never heard of the Grateful Dead. And, okay, anyway. All right, so I got GNR and Santana. You have, what'd you say?
Tom Petty and the Eagles.
All right, so you're first on the whatever grab bag you want.
Okay,
Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first, but this
I think
is
mine
not,
could both be argued as mainstream, so I think I'm fucked on this one.
Well, mine is going to be because I'm going to do two at one time. It just because of what you said
Just
that
like
you
college.
were talking about who you thought was
Oh, like associated acts and shit, or what? Are you going to do
that
colors?
you were confused on who this was and things like
I
that.
was confused, Mark. Now I'm totally in love with my wife. Don't worry.
But I'm trying to figure out who you were talking about that you said, not Brewer and Shipley, but before that you thought they were somebody else.
Because of what you said, David and David.
No,
You thought they did the song Cry.
No, your pick. You said, who was your second?
Santana.
Yeah, and you said, I thought this was...
A Santana song called She's Not There. I thought that was a Zombies song.
Okay. And that comes
somehow
back...
affected what you've already written down hours ago.
I haven't written this down. I was going to pick Boz Scaggs.
Boz Scaggs.
Because I always got confused between Boz Scaggs and Steely Dan growing up.
I can see that. I'll give you that.
So people would say, oh, can I have both then?
I can think of two Boz Scaggs songs. Can you think of it?
Reeling in the Years.
That's Steely Dan.
Oh, is it really? What's
Yeah.
it? See, that's...
The Lido Shuffle.
Okay.
And I think the Dirty Lowdown was also Boz Scaggs.
Oh, I swear that I thought Reeling in... Well, there you go.
Reel in the Years is totally Steely Dan. That one I'll bet the bank on. Or maybe it's Santana. I don't know.
Well, that's a... I was bringing up Hey 19. Was Steely Dan or whoever
totally Steely
Fagan
Dan.
was was hitting on a 19-year-old when he was older? If you listen to the
A lot better than
lyrics,
a lot better than what Kip Winger was doing. Or Ringo Starr, or Jerry Lee Lewis, or
is Barbara Bach that much younger than Ringo Starr?
You're 16, you're beautiful in your mind.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know if we kept names out of it, but apparently that was totally cool. I mean, it's not like you're reading between the lines there. It was not like, but Kip Winger, or just AKA Winger, she's only 17.
Right.
Maybe he was only tempted, but did not, she's only 17. Maybe he was like saying, oh, she's only, so you got to stay away from that. But either way, doesn't play well today.
No.
Now it's like, if you were in college, you'd have to date like a 40-year-old just to stay out of the hot seat there. Actually, that might be kind of a interesting experiment. I probably should have done that when I was in college. So anyway, here's my. I see what you're doing.
Okay.
Ozzy Osbourne. No, kidding. Oh, Dio. Mark's giving me the rock horns. I'm gonna do for my first kind of Blondie. Is that count as mainstream or is that?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. What's yours? Did you do yours already?
Well, the Boz Scaggs.
Okay, good. Then I'll do mine. I'll do.
Well, you did Blondie.
I know. I'll do a second one then.
Okay.
And then it'll be, we'll go get to the headphones. But I didn't stack them up. Anyway, I also thought that Cheap Trick might count, but they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I don't think I can count
No,
that.
you can't count them.
All right, well, then I only got 3 because I didn't prepare well.
Wow.
I'm a rules man.
Wow. He gets on to me about not doing show prep.
Well, I did show prep, but I'm disqualifying myself. It's kind of like when I tried to give you that putt and you took it.
But can't you think of 5 and then, or just have extra? Is it really that hard?
Dave Mason.
Oh, there you go.
Because he does have a hit that they play on KQ. I think it's There's Only Good Times, There's Only Bad Times, There's Only You and Me, and We Just Disagree. That's Dave Mason.
Yeah.
They play it on KQ. Go. I got Dave Mason. What do you got? What's your last one? And we got to load it up because this episode's getting stale, baby.
The Chamber Brothers.
Oh, time. That's a good tune, man. That's a great little one-hit wonder. There you got. So okay.
That is.
What are the odds it'll be a commercial? I'll say 100%.
I'd say 90%.
You know what? It's a commercial.
Well, imagine that.
Yeah, it's insane. Is this remember when MTV used to play music in music videos?
Yeah.
I think KQ, I think they just play like car commercials and Waterbed World stuff and QC Kinetics.
Do people remember when MTV was actually a music television station?
You would have to be in your mid-50s to know that. This is just incredible. We cannot do... So, I'm sorry. If you're just listening to this, you don't know that I've got 2 sets of headphones. One is attached to this ancient little stereo that we listen to KQRS Power. No, it's not. It's actually not. It's not Power 92. That's
your hi-fi console.
Yes. Well, the hi-fi console that I used to listen to that gave me my entire music education when I was a young lad, a wee lad. But anyway, we kind of the whole idea of the radio game is that this one radio station called KQRS, KQ92, 92.5 on your FM dial, has been playing the same shit over and over and over. So it's like, oh, this will be the easiest thing ever. We'll just have this little, frolic during the podcast where we will guest bands and then I'll put the headphones on and whatever song is playing at that point, then, if one of those is ones we pick, then you got a winner. But, so we end up picking our songs, and then I put the headphones on, and it's a fucking commercial. But you can't see that, so I know that that's got to be painful to listen to. And Mark is so, he just picks up the ball and runs with it and stares at me when that's happening. So,
you know what? We should maybe look into going to, well, we can't do it because...
Therapy?
Yeah, we definitely need that.
We should be podcast therapists. Wouldn't that be great? It's like, yeah, I see your podcast is a little limp. We can help you get to the root of the problem.
A therapist just storms out after 3.
Yeah.
But if your hi-fi system wasn't so old, we could scroll to like Love 105 or maybe
Well, it has
108.
a fucking knob. It's not that old. I mean...
Yeah, but you have to go over there and actually turn the knob.
Yeah, but the whole idea is that you can't just like scan until you find your song.
No, but we could.
Northfield has a good station, 95.9. I don't know if we get it, but maybe we should just include.
We
that
do
one
get
too.
that.
Well, who's we? Do you come to my basement and listen to my fucking stereo?
No, you can pick it up because I have it in my car.
Well, but I don't know if the antenna or whatever is attached to this thing is going to pick it up.
You've never tried.
I am just pissed that we got to do the radio game,
but
before Arrows and Emissions. But we can do Arrows and Emissions while we're listening to the fucking commercials. I'm
that's
a
true.
little salty here. Sorry, put the kids to bed.
He's getting very angry.
Well, I got look. How many headphones are in my head right now? I'm like surrounded by them.
He always makes fun of me with my glasses. And the way I wear my headphones.
Your Jerry Lewis glasses? Yeah.
He took a photo of me with the headphones on. Just the way he's wearing them.
I don't even know how much longer.
Now he's doing like a Cylon.
Now I'm doing like a LeVar Burton. Is it LeVar Burton?
It is. From Star Trek, Next Generation.
One of those spaceship shows, yeah.
Nerd.
Okay, they got to be close to playing music. No, I'm just going to keep listening to it. It's a Minnesota Zoo commercial now.
Which is a fine zoo.
How old is that zoo, and how many people still call that the new zoo? Because technically it's new compared to Como.
I don't go to the new zoo. I always go to Como. I just love Como.
Fucking you. When's the last time you went to Como Zoo?
February?
What's happening during the winter?
I always go on one of the coldest days. I go to the conservatory and then walk around the Como Zoo.
Dude.
I even show you
an American
photos.
treasure. It's another commercial. So I'm going to tell you one of the stories that I think was one of my... There's a longer story that goes with it, but let's just say that I was with a couple of high school buddies. We were in college at the time. We had escaped. We somehow had lived through the night before where it was beach towel night at the Metrodome and got separated from our friends. We just walked onto a city bus and wherever it took us. Anyway, we had no idea. Our cars were in Apple Valley where my buddy JT, Audi / Chumley JT, his car, or where his buddy lived. Anyway, we wind up at the Northeast Minneapolis White Castle running into the guys that we were, like, where we were staying. I mean, it was a complete shit show. And we wound up, the universe brought us back together, so we stayed at their place. I remember using a brown paper bag as a pillow. I literally fluffed up a brown paper bag and put my big drunk melon on it.
Was that the White Castle on Central?
Yes. Right by Arones. And we started at Arones and wound up at the White Castle. You know Arones?
Yeah, that was my old haunt.
I think it's now Ray J's. Is that wrong or no?
I haven't been back to that area, but I grew up in Northeast
They're
Minneapolis.
still playing commercials. This is bullshit. Anyway, the next day, we wind up looking for something to do for free. We wind up at Como Zoo, and we're on this nice big hill, and the sun is shining, and we take a little nap on this hill, like what a bum would do. And we wake up when we're surrounded by people, and it's the Sparky the Seal show. We were on that hill, okay? And my buddy, I don't know if he was trying to be fucking make kids cry, but it worked. He goes, "Dang, I bet Sparky's pelt would make a great looking pair of mittens."
Was that Audie JT?
Yeah.
Or Chumley?
Not Audie JT, my neighbor. That was in his Audie moment, but he was a Chumley when he was stealing beach towels the night before off kids' chairs. And then we walked into Arones, and he's got like 5 beach towels around his neck, and people kept asking him, "Hey, how'd the twins do?" And he's like, "Why do people keep asking me that?" Because he's got twins towels all over his ass. I swear to God, if there's not a song on right now, we'll have to edit out what I do next. Not a song. That's like 20 minutes of commercials, isn't it?
It's been a long time.
I'm shouting you out right now, KQ. The ascertainers will not stand for... Nay. The ascertainers, listeners, and I use that term as a plural loosely. There's got to be a few of them. What the fuck? Play some music.
I think
what do we got now?
We got time.
And then you know what? Same thing just happened. They then play a commercial for themselves.
Right.
He goes, legends like this, and then there's a band, and then it's not an actual song.
But another song will come on right after that.
Well, we'll see.
We did talk
Nobody's ever picked this one. I think maybe someone maybe did, but it is a song. It is Bad to the Bone, which I believe is done by
George
Blondie. So I win.
George Blondie.
George Thorogood, Lonesome George, and his Delaware Destroyers.
Correct.
All right. Well, there we go. This thing has got to be put to bed. This is a long episode, kids.
Yeah.
Well, so for next episode, here are the things that we have. I can't really give away the little ones, but the fact that Mark doesn't like Tom Petty's American Girl has to be done. And then, one album wonders. That's one that, give it some thought, listeners, because Meatloaf came on, and I'm like, how is this not an underrated band? And Mark's like, that's not, there's not enough work to be considered, underrated. And I agreed. And I said, well, what are the other one album wonders? So they put out one good piece of work.
Right.
Not just one song, but a whole,
I would like to expand on that Meatloaf had that great first album. He lost his voice for some reason. I don't know what happened there. And he almost got out of music, but then he came back and did that second album, which was only one song on it, that I'll Do Anything for Love.
And you have such a strong opinion on what that's about, and I'm repulsed by.
Well, he did say that.
It's what's
in an interview.
Well, what do you do?
Pegging.
Jesus Christ!
I never knew what that was.
Pegging. Is that like Buddy Holly pegging Sue?
It's funny that you try to play it off like you don't know.
Oh. All right, I'm just a little chafed by the whole topic.
I thought you were going to say butter.
I'm a little sore from that whole discussion point.
But he was only only had one.
But. You use a different transition than that.
He only had that one song after the first album, so could he be underrated? That's how it came up.
I'm going to make a deal with the Ascertainers listeners. If you are listening to this, and this is going to apply to the first person that does it, if you can tell me Meatloaf played a character in Fight Club called Bob, if you can tell me the characteristic of Bob that is, you don't qualify, Mark.
I raised my hand, but he wouldn't
call
call
but there's a lot of people that know it, so I will go. So you have to email theascertainers@gmail.com. You have to say Bob blank blank blank. Okay, it's a 3-word answer, and you have to tell us your T-shirt size and where we can send the T-shirt. And I'll go to effing Newt's and pay good money out of my own pocket and get you a Newt's T-shirt to get this ball rolling, man. We need to get some buzz. So whoever is the first email that comes in, what was Bob known for? It's a 3-word answer, okay? Bob, Meatloaf's character in Fight Club. Tell us those 3 words. Tell us your T-shirt size and where to send the T-shirt, and we will make it happen. And I swear to God, if somebody doesn't take us up on this, I think we got to just hang it up, man.
Oh, don't say that, because I don't want to hang it up.
Okay, well, Mark, if you fucking send the thing, I am a brand new Gmail account. Ascertainer fan.
Would you know George Jones' name?
What?
I would go under George Jones.
Oh, well, you kind of gave that away. So, all right. Well, I think that this episode was a real peach. And I appreciate everyone listening, and I want you to go to Newt's because it's just that good in Apple Valley, Minnesota. Go to the Rochester ones too, but when you go there, what are you going to tell them, Mark?
Make sure you say the Ascertainer sent you.
Yeah, and you know what? You didn't do I didn't end the promo so you could do your little
boop, 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 boop.
That thing. Yeah, I think that's what was missing. Feel better already.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye now.